Hey guys, I want to make a small guide on how to abuse the Econ treasures in Skill Legends Royale. So, I think the best champion to abuse the Econ treasures on is the Furry mage. I believe the Furry is the best branch to max, and with Econ you can max one branch really fast, so maxing the best branch is the way to go. Fury is the best branch since it gives you survivability as well as damage. These are the two treasures you want to take. They are like priority 1 treasures. As you can see, I got Book of Heritage. And then additionally we have these two, which are like fallback if you do not get any of the before mentioned treasures. And then there's some tier 3 treasures that you can also take, but basically stacking any Econ treasures is OP. As said, the best way to go about it is to get Book of Heritage or Magical Poker 2 times or 3 times. If you don't get it, it's still doable, and I might make a video on like your fallback solutions later. But basically the strategy stays the same. You AFK the first 4 rounds, as we are doing here. The first 4 rounds don't matter at all, or the first 5 rounds. You just Econ, you don't take a lot of damage. By the end of them, you might even win like a match or 2 as a Fury mage, depending if anyone is building any Fury. Your ult could kill them. But yeah, basically at the end of round 4, at the beginning of round 5, you will be at 25 HP, or let's say between 21 and 25 HP, and you should have around 2000 gold saved up. So the best, the other heroes you can do this strategy with are like the Dwarfy or any of the healing heroes. Could also be the auto attack heroes if there's not a lot of survivability like shields or healing or even HP in the lobby. But yeah, the first branch you wanna max is Fury on the Fury mage, and then secondly, depending on the lobby, if we have like a lot of poison and wound, you wanna go health, and if we don't have those two, you wanna max out the healing, if that's present, or just a defensive branch. Okay, so we get the Magical Poker, that's a good combination, and now you just roll. You can pre-roll to get like a rage in your shop even before coming to round 5, which is what I should do. But once you're at round 5, you just roll as crazy, try to get as many rage skills as you can, prioritizing base rage, and then rage poison is super good as well. But we just want as much rage generation as we want. If there's like rage wound in the lobby, that's good as well. Rage HP is like a second good rage generation, since we'll be low a lot of the time. But yeah, prioritizing just rage generation and rage payoff, which are like rage poison and rage freeze and rage wound. Rage poison and rage wound being the better ones. They are not in this lobby though, so we just go for maximum rage generation to get our ult to do a lot of damage. As you saw, I was taking a lot of ult Fury, but that's just because we saw it. It's not something I would normally prioritize. From the rares, you really wanna get the Fury release, that's the best one. And then Fury extension is the second best one. But I could see myself taking base rage over Fury extension in some scenarios. Here I'm debating whether to take base rage or Fury extension. It's tough to decide, since more rage means more damage, and then Fury extension kinda gives us more rage. But yeah, Fury release is no-brainer over maximizing it over Fury extension. And this is gonna be our main damage tool in this lobby, since there is no poison or wound. Otherwise, poison is your main damage dealer, even though you do not max it until like 3rd or so. But yeah, so from round 5 to 10, you try to stabilize. Specifically, Round 5 to 7 you wanna get 3-star Fury. This is where you do not want to lose too much HP, but you also wanna eco a bit. So I usually start ecoing at round 7 if I'm already 3-star Fury, and if you're not, you can spend in round 8 as well, but you really try to get 3-star Fury in round 7. Let's see if we can make it here. But in general, you should be like 2 lives once you reach round 10. And 2 lives meaning like 14 HP, maybe 16. That should be enough since you do not plan to lose any matches after that. But let's see. Okay, so we do get 3-star Rage at round 7 and now we're just chilling. There is no reason to further invest. We hope we don't lose too much HP. We should be able to win maybe a round here. And not this one, but in general, or could be. And then we just don't want to lose too much HP to have like two lives at the end. As you can see, my Fury generation here is quite good. I ended the round with 538, that's very acceptable. And now, if you are low life at this point, you can consider spending, but 17 HP, we need to survive 2 rounds. Let's say we lose one, we win one. I would say with the current augments, it's possible to win one, even if not the easiest. So I feel comfortable just saving. We wanna save up to around 2000 gold in round 10, because this is when we're gonna get our 3rd Econ augment, and this is when we're gonna abuse it. You want to try to hit the ultimate in round 10 if possible. It's not that easy, but you should try to hit it by round 11. Because there's a big chance you are losing round 10, and we do not want to be too low HP. As said, we managed to win this round, which is good. Now we are free to lose the next one and still have a decent HP, since there's a decent chance that we're losing round 10 and then we want to have 2 lives. Gold generation is looking pretty good. We're at 1500, so we're on track to be close to 2000 once we reach level 10. In this lobby we have 3 defensive traits that we can consider as our second max. That's HP, healing or shields. It depends on the lobby what you want, but since there is no wound or poison in this lobby, we don't expect to get bursted from 100 to 0 super quick. And in that case, I prefer to take healing as my second branch. And then the third branch is probably gonna be some damage branch, but we can also opt in for a more defensive build depending on how the lobby is going. So we lose this round, we only lose 3 HP, we're at 14 HP, that's perfect for round 10. You wanna end up between 12 and 16 HP. If you have more, that's great, but you shouldn't worry too much about it. You have to account that there's a high probability that you still lose round 10, and then you wanna have like 10 HP or so left. We get magical poker, great. Now we have all 3 Econ augments assembled. We have 2000 gold. Now let's just roll and get the ultimate. You wanna roll as fast as possible, and we get lucky. But to be honest, since we're rolling a lot, this is something that's not that uncommon to happen, so to hit the ulti before we hit the 4-star. But now we should really be stable, we shouldn't be losing any more rounds, and it should be easy cruising for the next few rounds. We wanna get Fury to 4-star as soon as possible. 4-star Fury increases our Fury generation, which is basically our second life pool as well as our damage. You can see the Fury kept us alive here, and this is why the Fury ult is super good if you get it early on. It's damage as well as survivability, 2 in 1. You can also see that we won against the guy that hasn't lost any of his matches until now. So we're on a pretty good track. Now we just wanna roll until we 4-star the Fury, and then we can decide on our second branch that we want to max out. The second branch to max out really depends on the lobby. If there's poison, wound in the lobby, so I think poison is the most critical one. If there's wound, you can like think about it, but oh, Fury list, that's nice. I think the best one to max now is just gonna be the healing one. We only have Fury release level 2, which is not optimal. You want to have it level 3, since that is gonna be our main damage source for some time now. There is no poison, there is no wound, so that's something that we have to deal with. So normally, once you 4-star your main branch, which is Fury here, we all in on the second branch that we choose. All inning means even if I were to find a good Fury Fury card, I would not take it. You just focus on it and max the second branch. Having 4-star on round 11 or so should guarantee you a few free wins, and then you should really focus on getting a second branch to 4-star to guarantee that you keep win streaking after round 16 or so. So this is where we have to decide what we want to go second, and I think healing in a lobby such as this without a huge burst is just the way to go. Healing range is super good for regeneration, and natural healing is just another instance of healing. As you know, we have like freeze healing, which scales off the amount of instances of healing you have. And since we have a lot of regeneration, I just want some instances of healing to maybe proc some freeze to slow down our opponent. But as said, we are super strong, we're cruising, we are just for the next, until the end of the game we can probably eco on 500 gold and keep win streaking, which is what you should do. You can see that we applied like 800 freeze, so that's gonna help us a lot as well with this regen augment. The guy is hard to kill, but it was never close. You can see that he's building Fury, which means that our ulti did a lot of damage. Here I think ultimate healing is gonna be good, since our sprite is not gonna live for long. And then reducing the healing is an option, but we just wanna stay alive. We're doing a lot of damage. And you basically click on any healing option you see. If you can choose between multiple healing options, that's great. But like sprite healing I think is pretty useless. It doesn't matter, we just wanna max the healing, so if you see it, you click it. You can see that we're 15 of 16 on healing, so if we were worried about losing, we could roll a bit more to get like another point of healing somewhere. But we're not worried about losing. This was super lucky. This is like natural 1 HP survival, and even if we lost this one, we would have lost 6 HP, which would leave us at 8, which means we have another life for some time. But yeah, I think at this point we are going for the win of the lobby, which is, with this strategy I'm always going for the win, because like 70% of the time I would say you can win and then maybe, or let's say 60% of the 50% of the time you'll win, 30% of the time you'll be second, and then the rest you're gonna not be in the top 4. So this is where we take Fury Release, even though it destroys our magical poker cards. Fury Release level 3 is just too strong. We don't have any other damage sources. Like another damage source could be Freeze, but we're maxing healing, so that's not gonna be online for some time. We need the Fury Release. That's one of the very rare cases where you can afford to break the magical poker streak. I would not do it for any other card. With Free Release level 3 we're super strong, we should be winning. Healing range is good. I did consider Forgotten Pain for a second, but I think we just wanna get our healing up. Like, Forgotten Pain, it's great, it's gonna give us survivability, but so is healing. I did take Forgotten Pain because... And I think this might have been a misplay, taking the Forgotten Pain here, but it goes from 12% to 24. I think, looking at it retrospectively, it was a misplay. I should have taken Healing Rage, because Healing Rage is also survivability, it gives us progress, but it's a hard call. I think without the damage reduction we would have lost this one. But on the other hand, we also lost some healing progress. So this is a hard one. I don't think I did a wrong thing, since we're like super ahead on Econ, we have a lot of life, so we can afford to make some... break the healing streak to save some HP, but this is playing for a top 4 rather than playing for the first. I skipped one of the healing ones. Now we're on a very good track to win. You can see that I checked how my cards are looking. So if you trigger a card by buying your healing skill, the book is gonna trigger twice. That's why we still keep our gold above 500. And I think a lot of people would play Fury Mage the way the guy that we're facing does, which is what makes Fury Mage look not so strong, while in reality I think this is the best hero in the game. You saw that his Fury is not level 4, so that's just... Medical Explosion is one of the things that you wanna max if you're going a hero that's gonna max out healing first. That's maybe like Dwarfy, depending on who's on the lobby, or Panda, and those are really strong heroes. But because we're playing the Fury Mage, we wanna as much rage generation as we want, so we take the rage healing. Again, checking if we get two healing skills to ensure that we still stay above 500 gold. Since we're strong, we're on 2 lives, we just wanna stay above 500 gold because we are going for the win. Every point of interest matters. We're gonna max out healing pretty soon, and then we have some choices to make. What's our third... that's unlucky. What's our third branch to max out? We could go for... That's also a hard choice. Do we want freeze healing or therapy race? So one is damage, the other one is reducing the damage. Okay, we hit the ulti. I think some more damage at this point might be good, since especially with healing rate, we do a lot of damage without healing. You can see that Therapy Rays did 700 damage, Healed Explosion did a bit less, but still a good damage source against these freeze mages. Okay, now what is the third branch that we want to max out? We can either go Shield, but we have 0 progress there. Shield for more survivability, Sprite for more survivability, HP for more survivability. But do we really need more survivability? The damage option is Frost, so in that case we need to max it out. But we can see whether the third guy dies, and then based on that we can decide what's the best spec against the last opponent. Okay, this was not even close. We applied like 1500 healing, or not healing, freeze. So both of them are still alive. I think freeze is the way to go, because by going freeze we can pick up some anti-freeze as well, which is gonna come in clutch in this lobby. Yep, I think it's a close call, but taking anti-freeze is just better. And at this point, this late in the lobby, you can also decide to okay, so here we have a choice whether we want to go pre-battle freeze or freeze damage. We saw that we ended up with a lot of freeze, but pre-battle freeze is still super good to slow the opponent down. So at this point you can break your streak and buy some other skills different than Frost, because we are in the end game, so it should not be we shouldn't all in on Frost anymore. I mean, we still can, but if we see a skill that's gonna help us survive or something like that, we can take it. Although at this point I think going full Frost is the way to go. This medical explosion was tempting. I think it could be correct to take it if we were not going for level 3-star freeze. That's gonna give us a lot of damage as well. And we can still use the interest. I mean, buying this freeze attack is not gonna make us much stronger. We have more than 1 life. He has more than 1 life, so we know that the game is gonna go for another round. So, and we have enough APM to spend it next turn, so why not interest? Anti-freeze is super important against him. And this is roughly the point where you can just start buying other stuff that you think is gonna help you, like Sprite that's effective 150 HP, and here we just buy one of the ults. I think the casting more ults is important, so let's buy that one. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a wrap. The last fight was not close. We got a bit stronger this fight. I'm not sure how much stronger he could have gotten, so this should be an easy win for us. Or not so easy. But you can really see he does not have enough burst. We just survived through his initial burst, then he has 2000 freeze, as you can see, and we just destroyed him. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.